to your car, and also doubles as a storage box to put your fishing supplies in.
Everything can be replaced. They say every distance is not near, but I remember every face of every man who put me here. And I see my light come shining from the west into the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. They say every man needs protection. They say that every man must fall, but I swear I see my reflection somewhere so high above these walls, and I see my light come shining from the west into the east. And any day now, any day now, I shall be released. You're on here in this strange and lonely crowd. There's a man who swears he's not to blame, but all day long I hear him shout so loud. He's crying out that he's been framed. And I see my light come shining from the west into the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. I shall be released.
Howdy, everybody. What a fucking beginning to the show. I've literally been going for 40 minutes and doing a pretty good job to no one. And I was seeing everyone's comments in the live stream, and I was like, man, why aren't people getting in behind this great fucking content? No one's answering my questions. No one's referring to my great hat or my get up today. And particularly, I was shocked that no one had responded to my co-host today. Come on, mate. Up you get. Come on. So because we're all in lockdown in New Zealand, I had to get a little bit creative with who my co-host is today. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Rufus, my beautiful little mini schnauzer cross Jack Russell. He's a beautiful dog, and he's got tiny little ridiculous stupid fucking legs, and it's real cute to see him run around the park. I just did a full segment with Melody Thomas, who is a radio journalist and fantastic podcast maker, and I guess kind of a sexpert now, this guy. He's, as I explained to no one earlier, he loves his treats because, and this is, going to get me in trouble for giving him treats, but we took him to the vet, or rather Zoe, my wife, did. I wasn't there. And the vet weighed him, and the vet was like, hey, your dog's too fat. And then Zoe had to make up some cute excuses as to why he was a little bit overweight. And now he's on a calorie-controlled diet, so we've got to be a little bit careful about what we feed him and how much. But it means that he goes fucking bananas for treats, or really any potential food. He's just been rolling around the garage eating dirt and like insects and stuff. I figure it's all good because he ultimately is a dog. So The hat. It's not because I'm a Kane Williamson fan necessarily, although is he the one they referred to as the hairy javelin? Not a big cricket guy. The reason I have these is because a mate of mine had a bachelor party and I got like 30 of these hats, and then it was in Wellington. I left them here, so now I've just got a bunch of these fucking hats from Radio Hauraki. Shout out to the ACC. So hey Melody, you're in the comments right now. Should we get you back on? You just let me know if you'd be good to go, and I'll see if I can bring you up on the Skype machine. Guys, we're doing things slightly differently today. In some ways, he's not junky. He's fucking beautiful. You leave my doggy alone. Today's outfit is off the charts. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. This shirt I feel a little bit guilty about because I bought it in Thailand, very, very cheap. So it's not a very ethical shirt, but it looks fantastic. The rest of this get-up, the white suit actually belongs to a friend of mine, Chelsea. And Chelsea is, like, no joke, one of the most petite people that I know. And the pants on this are slightly too big for me. It's insane. I got some crazy hip measurements going on. I'm going to get Melody Thomas back on the line. Sorry, I didn't complete that thought. This white suit, by the way, this is what I wore for Space Couch, which in some ways was sort of the proto version of this. It was slightly better because there was a lot more planning and stuff going into it, but Disaster Radio / Eyeliner / Luke, whose music I play quite a lot on the show, he and I co-hosted a chat show for the comedy festival last year, and it was so much fucking fun. All right, so we've got a show. We've got people online now. People can see me for sure. Let us get Melody Thomas back on the line. I hope she doesn't mind. We had a good thing going last time, but hopefully it'll be nice, even though we're doing it twice. Oh, have you got headphones, Melody? Oh, have you just... Look at you pro. Fantastic. Don't have headphones, it's okay. Let me put you in here. Hello. Melody Thomas for the second time for me, for the first time for everybody else. Welcome to the show. I hear you, but like, you know what I'm really big on? Not cheating people. So let's just tell everyone what happened. We had a great chat. We had planned out a fun little segment for me to do, and maybe I'll do an even better job this time because you have hosted 3 seasons of a podcast called Bang for RNZ, which is all about sexual relations. And my first question, which I sort of asked you before, but like, in your travels, talking to all these people, doing this work. Oh, you can't hear it. Oh, yeah, fuck, classic. There we go. Thank you for the heads up comments. What do you think people most commonly get wrong about sex?
I think just thinking there's a way to do it, that there's a one way to do it, or probably maybe for younger people who have had a lot of experience with it through pornography, thinking that what they see in pornography is a way to do it, and just not checking in with their partner about what they actually maybe want to be doing. Going in with like weird gender shit, you know, like if you're a straight dude going in with stuff about how you've got to be like confident and know exactly what you're doing, or, you know,
Did you explore the pornography issue very much?
No.
You didn't? Because I've heard anecdotally that it's really messing up teenagers because it's so freaking available. Like, I'm not even that old. I'm in my early 30s, but I remember a time where there was this concept called grumble, which is like, okay, good, the sound is now working. Just had to get the sign off on that.
Okay.
You would have to like find pornography in a park, you know, like it was just some magazine that someone had discarded. And it happened. You would strike gold, but then you would treasure that bit of pornography. But now, because like as soon as you're about 11 years old, you've got... I should block his ears, actually. I got a 1-year-old here. He's very impressionable. Everyone's got a smartphone from like day dot, and everything's just out there. And it seems, from what I've seen online, it's having a pretty bad effect on teens.
Well, and I think a big part of the issue is, like, yes, accessibility to stuff before you're maybe ready to be seeing it or know what you're looking at, but also like that sex ed isn't happening elsewhere. Like if they're not getting it, having good chats with their parents, if that relationship hasn't been open from the get-go, if that they don't have good sex ed at school, then that's like all the education that you're getting about how to do the sex stuff, which is like, as someone who I assume has had sex a couple of times in their life, I'm talking about
I'm
you.
married now. I'm allowed.
Yeah. Like that's, I bet your sex doesn't look that much like porn sex.
I have to confess it does not, which I think is probably a good thing, which I don't know if that speaks more to the sex I'm having or the pornography that I've seen. Can I ask you another question, and that is this. What is the best drug to have sex on?
Oh, fuck. Did we have to talk about the RNZ thing before we got into this stuff? I think
You can say love. That's such a get out of jail free card.
Is it on the very tail end of acid, like after the point where your skin and pores look really gross? Or is it obviously MDMA? Or is it like slow music playing marijuana sex? I don't know. I mean, they're all pretty great.
Good is what I'm hearing.
From what I hear.
Okay, should we do our little segment that we did before?
Sure. Yeah.
What are we doing now, Melody? Explain for the lovely people while I put your Chiron up again and impress literally everyone watching.
I don't know what a Chiron is, but that's cool.
Like lowest, the little bit that says your name and your Twitter handle on it.
Oh yeah, that's where we started. Okay, you drew a dick for me. Do you want to draw another dick for me? Do you want to work on that?
Another one. I don't know if it's going to be better or worse. 2 balls.
He got the same. He went for the bird's eye view last time.
Oh yeah, because you kind of last time suggested that I should be drawing it the way that it's seen in graffiti often.
Well, but maybe you're drawing from the angle that you enjoy that view more often. That's fine.
No one enjoys the view of a penis, Melody. It's
entirely untrue.
I was going to say a common misconception. No one even, if you look down at your own junk, it's like boys, people with a penis. It's horrible. It's ghastly.
Okay, well, I don't think your sexual partner thinks that, but sure, I get that.
It's a perspective thing as well. I'm just going to show. I've showed everyone at home. I just show Melody what I got going on there. Very similar to last time.
This is the one I did last time. It was a little bit rushed. I'm lying down. It's quite hard to do.
Yeah, and I've said it before,
I know
I'll say it again.
You're going to say.
The balls just merge into the shaft. There's no definition between the two bits.
Yeah. I should have put a cock ring on it to put them up.
Just to break it up a little bit.
Okay, the reason we did that, that's like that was like the preface of the lead into the main event. And this is the bit that's not going to work anymore because I've already done it. Because you know what to do.
But I'll just not draw it again. I can show people my original drawing. So this
will okay. Work. And if you're at home and you've just drawn a dick, great. Now is your turn to draw the biological equivalent on a vulva haver, female maybe. Draw yourself a clitoris. Draw a clit.
I'm going to show everyone at home.
And you were like, "Well, how am I going to do it? Just the clit?"
I didn't know how to draw a clit, so I kind of drew more the location biologically of where I think the clitoris is. Which
I think is helpful for people. That's good.
And once again, I'll just flash that at the webcam so you can see.
Roughly right. Roughly right.
Got it.
And then I'm going to draw it again because I feel like this is my third time that I'm getting real good practice in. So here's the thing. Here's the big surprise. Are you ready? I've gotten real good at this. I'm getting quite fast at this. Here is what a clitoris actually looks like.
Baby, what a big surprise. A clip before my very eyes. It's a different shape and more complicated than I was expecting.
Yes, so this is the bit you were thinking of. That little bit there. That's the glands. That's the external bit. But in 1998, it was discovered that the actual organ is internal, and these leggy bits, the crura, they can be up to like 9 or 10 centimeters long.
And when did they figure that out, Melody?
1998, mate.
That's fucked up.
Fucked, eh? It's quite fucked. Just for like where you're at, this is the opening's kind of like here. So it wraps around. And actually, like part of the reason why the urologist that discovered it, she cut up some cadavers. Her name's Helen O'Connell. I hope I've got that right. I'll check it. She's from Melbourne, but she noticed that men doing, like when men were undergoing surgeries in that region, they were taking extra care not to like sever any like important shit for sexual function. But when women were like in childbirth, getting episiotomies, getting like cut down there, they weren't doing the same thing. So she wanted to see what the fuck was going on under there, lifted the pelvic bone off some cadavers and was like, fuck man, people had been in childbirth, cut them through the base of this thing.
Oh, I don't like it.
Nah, not good.
Sucks. God damn. Some great comments coming through, by the way.
Dinner for the kids now.
Tomas Cottle has referred to it as a wishbone shape, which I think is actually pretty good. I was saying it was like a clothes hanger, but sort of drooping down a bit, but wishbone's good. That's why no one can find it. LaMayo, a classic gag. I'm
just going to tell my husband that I'm live on your show, so I can cook dinner soon. Hey, it'll be 5 minutes. Love you.
See what happens. Well, I've kept you too long already, Melody, and I've got exactly what I wanted to grab.
Let me do my one last thing, okay?
Oh, please, of course. You take all the time you want. I was just, if you need to go cook dinner, you go and do it.
They'll survive. So the reason this is important, because when we think like, penis, but the equivalent, we think penis and vagina, right? We don't think penis and clitoris, but that's actually like the equivalent of what we're talking about. So in straight sex, you wouldn't expect a dude to be able to get off without constant stimulation of his penis. And as with women or with people who have vulvas and clitorises, do not expect anyone to be getting off without constant stimulation of this organ. And that can happen internally as well. That's why some people, like, a lot of vaginal orgasms are actually stimulating these bulbs from inside the vagina with the penis. So technically clitoral.
Roger that. So even if you think it's not clitoral stimulation, it actually is.
It probably is. There's some, So go out and draw. Don't draw. We've done the winky. Don't draw these on toilet, bathroom stalls next to penises that you see in the name of gender equality. Don't do that.
Sick. Thank you so much for joining us, Melody. I'll let you go make dinner now, which seems like a really fucked and old school thing to say, but I'm basing that purely on the phone call you had.
For real. It's okay.
Sick, man. Thanks. I know so much more about the clitoris now. I'm wiser than I was. People in the comments are not enjoying this. And frankly, I think you guys need to grow the fuck up. It's the clitoris, man. Half the population has them. Rufus has bailed on the show in record time, which is sad. I've also now got to mentally keep track on what segments I've already played and what ones I haven't, because, like, did I play stuff in the first go-around? So, that was just Monty telling me to turn the thing on. I'm going to play for you something that I'm pretty sure we haven't played yet. This is from a good mate of mine, friend of the world, a talented writer, brilliant comedian, and an actor that you might know from he was on Power Rangers, and Brokenwood is the name of the show that he's on now. This is Nic Sampson, a little thing that he made, which he let me play on the show. Here's Nic Sampson.
Greetings, loyal, obedient foot soldiers of the secret underwater kingdom of the Iron Shark. It is I, your leader, Dr. Hammerhead. Just a quick one, guys. Been getting a few messages on Slack from people who are worried, so I thought I'd jump on a call with everyone. Sounds like somebody has not muted their screen, because I can hear, sounds like soup being slurped. Okay, just have some courtesy, okay? Now listen, it's pretty crazy times at the moment. I myself am self-isolating inside the belly of my giant mechanical crab as it scuttles along the bottom of the ocean. So I am pretty lucky, but I just wanted to top line with everyone that no employees of the Kingdom of the Iron Shark will be losing their jobs during this crazy time, okay? I am taking a massive pay cut myself, and if the kingdom goes under, God forbid, well, then I will simply just detonate the explosive chips I placed inside all of your necks. Okay? So, this is not going to come as a shock to most of you, but we are going to have to put on hold our invasion of the surface world due to social distancing. There's really nothing we can do about that. It's very sad, but necessary. And we're looking into ways to move the invasion online into the digital realm. We have our creative team brainstorming, and they're coming up with some great stuff. We're thinking peer-to-peer, Skype sessions between torturers and victims. And I'm very excited. But in the meantime, I want everyone to stay home, stay inside your big clams, stay safe, wash your hands, and or make sure to complete a workstation assessment. Because remember, it will be the backs of the humans that suffer as they toil to build our above the waves kingdom, not your backs, okay? So make sure the monitor is at eye height and you have a nice backed chair, okay? Now, I think Mark from B2B wants to talk to everyone, so I'm going to hand over to Mark, right? Okay.
That is Nic Sampson, everybody, and he gets the Chiron on me, where Rufus would be, because you got to follow this guy on Twitter. His account is freaking dynamite. I got a dog absolutely losing his mind here. Rufus wants to get back in the house. So what I'm going to do now, Harry Thompson-Cook, who you can see in the chat, and who steadfastly seems to be kind of anti-social media, but correct me if I'm wrong here, Harry. I've been looking for accounts for you. I think I found like an Instagram account for you where you have never posted and you're not on Twitter. But at any rate, the reason why I know Harry originally is because he works as a tech at The Classic, which is New Zealand's only full-time comedy club. And in addition to that, he's a very good comedian. And I didn't know this, but he's a really good musician too. And while we're in lockdown here in New Zealand, confined to our rooms, he's just been banging out some sick tunes. So I played an original song by him yesterday. And now I'm going to play a cover that he recorded. And I'm going to let the chat decide. Do you want the Bob Dylan cover that he sent in or Buddy Holly? It's totally up to you. While I quickly go away and sort this doggy out. So anyone who responds first with either of those people, they win. They get the track. Nothing so far. It's about a 40-second delay, so I should probably be better at padding for time. You'd think at this point I'd be better. But maybe I used up all my good juice in that first 40 minutes that didn't go out. You know, what did I talk about? You'll never know. I'll probably repeat some of it. All right, Bob Dylan it is. Very decisive. Here is I Shall Be Released, covered by Harry Thompson-Cook.
They say everything can be replaced. They say every distance is not near. But I remember every face of every man who put me here. And I see my light come shining from the west into the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. They say every man needs protection. They say that every man must fall. But I swear I see my reflection somewhere so high above these walls. And I see my light come shining from the west into the east. And any day now, any day now, I shall be released. You're all here in this strange and lonely crowd. There's a man who swears he's not to blame, but all day long I hear him shout so loud. He's crying out that he's been framed. And I see my light come
God damn, that guy's got a magical voice. I am currently... Oh, by the way, that was Harry Thompson-Cook. I'm just trying to get our next guest on the line. I think I've found their correct account now. That guest, by the way, is James Mustapic, who is an incredibly funny Auckland comedian. I feel like that's something I'm going to be saying a lot on this show, especially as we kick off. Oh, I've got, okay, a good sound somewhere. Let's see if I can... I don't think it's that one. So James is crack up, and he has done this thing for... Actually, I don't want to spoil it. I just want to get him on the phone so he can explain what's going on here. Okay, great. I think I've got James. James, your video's on. This is all going great. This is fantastic. Yeah, I'm real good. I'm just going to pop you in so that people can see you. Also, apologies for everyone watching at home because we've got a situation where you can still see my toolbar. I'll figure this stuff out as we go. But here is James Mustapic, who I want to talk to because of something that you've been going through with a psychic in Auckland. Can you tell us who this woman is and the history of this and what's happening?
Okay, so it's Sue Nicholson from Sensing Murder, who I had a feud with last year because I went on to 7 Sharp, and I just made it was a throwaway joke. They asked me to just be funny, so I just told a few jokes, and I mentioned her very briefly, and then I went home, and on her Facebook she had written this big status, and it said, "You TV1 7 Sharp tonight think you are smart, need to grow up making fun out of me." It had a lot of reactions, about 300 angry reacts, and
what exactly did you say? Do you remember?
So it was, they asked me to talk about the Oscar nominations at the time, and I hadn't seen the Oscars, so they were like, just be funny, just come up with a few jokes. And then I think I had a list of like actors who I thought should have been nominated or something, and then I mentioned Sue. It was something like that. It was very just like quick line about her. Yeah.
That was enough to draw the ire of the psychic. But so sorry, I was confused before. Did you say the angry comments, were they on you or against her? Like what? Who was angry at who?
She has 150,000 Facebook fans, so it was
Fuck
all
off.
of it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So she was very mad, and so were her fans, and all of them were saying, "He is not funny. That boy is a little brat." So yeah, and then one of the best she'd written in the comments something like, "I could have said something about him being gay. How would he like that? But I wouldn't say that because I have a gay
fuck? Are you serious? So she thinks the equivalent sort of response to you going, "Hey, you're a charlatan pretending to talk to the dead for money and fame," is her going, "Yeah, well, I'm not making fun of you being gay." Man, that's cooked.
Yeah, it was a very exciting day in my life.
Haven't you've because you got kind of obsessed with Sensing Murder, right? By the way, for our international listeners, describe what Sensing Murder is.
So it's like,
listeners, I'm so used to podcasting. Viewers, we're on video, baby.
So it's like Kiwi psychics are trying to solve unsolved murders in New Zealand, and they've never solved a murder, and it's been going for many seasons, over dozens of episodes and many years, and they walk around and they try and sense what the spirit is telling them.
It's done like many years of like how many seasons are they up to? I think it's more than 10, right?
Yeah, maybe. So there's a lot. Yeah, it's been going for ages.
And they've never actually sensed a single murder like correctly or added new information the police didn't already have.
No.
Stonking stuff. Hey, oh shit! I'm trying to see if I'm not sure if I added it. I've got I didn't, but I think I can edit on the fly. Let's really test my skills now, James Mustapic. So we're going to play a little clip now to tease something that you've made. Tell me about that.
Yes, so I watched a 2-hour live stream of Sue Nicholson talking to her fans, and I edited it down to a little video.
Fuck, that's good. I don't know for sure if this is going to work, but let me try and throw that on now.
I'm good, thanks. I'm back from Bali now. I'm in quarantine or whatever you call it. I haven't got, I'm going to say bipolar. I'm walking around and I don't have a virus. I'm tired of hearing about Harlequin virus. Well, I don't have the virus. People will ask me. I do feel that it will be about 6 months before we actually see a breakthrough. Not so much. Excuse me. We're not going to blame the Chinese. It is what it is. It is. You know, this reminds me of the time of the war. Not that I was in the war. I've been to Venice. It stinks. New Zealand gone up to level 3. We'll be at 4 in 2 days. Yeah, that's okay. You know what number 4 is? Healing. The healing number. Look at that. Look at that. 3 is communication and creation. So don't create what we don't want. Okay. Taught that in my retreat in Bali. But I came back from Bali and those toilets on them planes are so small. Some person put the seat down. I didn't realise, so I pissed all over the seat and the floor. And it's going all over the place. And it's hitting the top of the toilet. Like, you know, so that happens to me on planes all the time. Imagine if I was the Prime Minister. You know, somebody said I've got my PJs on. Excuse me, this is a dress. I don't go to bed like this. Oh my God, I pulled my neck and my back.
What the fuck, man? It's madness. What's going on with her? She seems unwell.
I know.
Like shaking about and stuff.
Yeah, it's nutty behaviour, but I'm pretty obsessed with it.
I can't believe she sustained a live stream for 2 hours of her just... I guess this is what they do though, right? They're just completely making crazy shit up.
Yeah, I know. She had a lot to talk about. Her trip from Bali was very exciting.
Presumably she's fucking loaded, right? Like she's got a lot of cash at her disposal to be doing all this travel and fabulous dress.
Her retreats, she did a Tauranga retreat, and it was like thousands of dollars just to go for a weekend to Tauranga, which, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't pay that.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'm kind of excited about the prospect that I may now be part of the feud.
Yes, I want to start round 2 with her.
Yeah, nice. What do you think round 2 is going to kick up to? Like, what happens from here? Do you think she'll put a curse on you or something?
Hopefully. That would be really nice. I wanted one of my friends to, like, go on to a Sue, because there's all these, like, groups on Facebook, like Sue Nicholson friends and fans. And then, so I want someone to post the video in there to start a bit of a beef. Because, yeah, I'd love her to see it.
Daniel in the comments just said, look at old Timbo acting all high and mighty like he hasn't pissed on himself in an aeroplane. And look, fair enough. I'm not so lacking in humility that I can't relate to getting a bit of urine on myself in the tight confines of beautiful aircraft.
That's right.
But that doesn't excuse all of her behaviour, you know? Just because she's got some humanising characteristics doesn't excuse all of it. At the end of the day, I fucking hate these people because they're stealing dumb people's money, I think.
Yeah. No, she said she did it all the time on airplanes.
She pisses on herself all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, once or twice, but you got to fucking learn from it, or else I don't think you should be charging people hundreds of dollars to join you on a retreat where you're the person in charge teaching them stuff.
No.
James, I wish you all the best with this ongoing feud against someone with advanced powers. You know, you got to be careful out there because the chances are low. But what if she actually does have something going on and can communicate with the dead?
That's right. Thank you so much.
And also, where can people get you on Facebook, James? Because I've got your Twitter handle up now.
Just wherever, just my name on Facebook. That'll do it, I reckon.
Nice one. Great to talk to you, James. All the best. I hope you don't get cursed.
Thanks so much, mate. See you later.
Bye. Look, folks, I know that you're disappointed that Rufus isn't here. I hear you. But what you've got to appreciate is the fact that he was in this room for 40 minutes while we were broadcasting to no one in particular, because I wouldn't say it's a little bit of me and a little bit of YouTube. I won't dwell on this, but they give you a window and it says live and it tells you the stuff that's streaming there. But then after that, you've got to click the button that says go live. Fuck me, right? For not knowing that you got to hit a button after it gives you all the visual clues that you would be broadcasting live. Anywho's, we've got a fantastic segment for you now. They're all fantastic. Bottom Gear, Part 3, Sanjay Patel. Everybody, this is our mate Sanjay, who has been exploring just the one car so far in a great segment, and I think maybe this is the last one he'll do, although who fucking knows. This is Bottom Gear.
A bonus feature of this Toyota Sprinter is that you can open the hood up. Why you'd want to do that is beyond me. So what you need to do is pull on this magic lever, walk around to the front of the car. It's opened up a bit, but then you have to lift it up with your hands. That's sort of annoying. But once you lift it, here it is. What you see now is the same as a robot who has been opened up for an autopsy. There are a lot of parts in here, and this is an explanation for a lot of them. This is a tank for washer fluid only. If you need to stop for a toilet break on your travels, don't just open up the bonnet and urinate in this, okay? Unless you have the ability to urinate washer fluid, then that's fine, I guess. Next up is this extremely long computer motherboard. You're not meant to throw computer components into a landfill, so the people at Toyota have cleverly hidden it in the hoods of cars. I hope you don't like mixing coolant, because this ain't the place to do it. Here is the battery. It provides power to your car and also doubles as a storage box to put your fishing supplies in, such as tackles and other fish catching stuff. This vehicle is more suited to rural folk, as these are the things that you put on cows' udders to suck the milk out of. So why an urban person like me would require it boggles the mind. Plus the car comes with a very tiny spade to help dig a grave for any tiny dead pets you have, like a mouse or something like that. And the guys at Toyota are great. They won't allow you to drive your car with the hood up. That would be hard, so they've given you the ability to put the hood back down again. That was the Toyota Sprinter.
Man, that was a real team effort. Obviously, Sanjay laying down the framework there, but a fantastic... what are they called? A melodophone? Melodica? I can't remember what they're called, but that Top Gear theme cover was from Strong Cole, and graphics by Stephen Lyons, and a little bit of editing from me. But fuck, you know what, guys? You got to go out and get one of these sprinters. I'm going to pull the segments online at some stage when I get them all, so that you can just like bang them all together. Hey, folks, I said this before, but I don't think anyone could see or hear me. Please spread the link far. I'm glad you didn't the first time, because there was nothing here. Spread it far and wide, because I got a little gun shy, as to, rightly so as it turns out, whether or not I'd actually be able to get this thing up and running today. So I planned to have it online at 4:30, and then I did have it, according to me, online at 4:40, and then it actually went live at like 5:20. But I didn't advertise the fact, because I knew that there'd be something that would go wrong. Apparently it is a melodica. A cool instrument. It strikes me as like if bagpipes and a keyboard had sex. That would be the baby. That would be the little musical child of those two instruments. You blow into it and you press the keys. Real fun, and I think kind of cheap as well. Like a pretty inexpensive instrument. So yeah, spread the word, man. Get everyone on this happening buzz. And if you've got some stuff to contribute, please send it through. This is the whole point of this show. God, you guys are going to have to like stop me if I'm repeating stuff I've already said, because I can't determine now what was on the dead stream that didn't go out and what's on this. But it's worth repeating. Someone asked why the name was happening before. And actually, I thought it was someone just telling me that the show was shit, but it turns out it was not on air. Alexidus, I think, was the person's name, which is a dope name. but they said more like the nothinging. Which, fair enough, I wasn't fucking broadcasting at the time. But I'll tell you what the sort of intent was behind that name. There were these things that I know a tiny bit about but have not looked into called happenings that were real popular in the 60s and 70s, especially in New York City. And they were kind of like these artist parties where they do like performative art, usually for a political reason. There'd be people just stripping naked and pouring paint on top of themselves to like protest the war or something. I don't know. Yeah, Alexidus, there you are. So that's what the name came from, because I just want people to like bring their art in here and we showcase it and we have a good time together. How do you stop your eyes going red when you're high? I always look like I've dipped my eyeballs into blood, lol. Well, let me tell you, Lara. I mean, if you are high, what are they called? Clear eyes is the solution for that, which is not something that I need to use because most of the time I work from home. But I will tell you today, I'm driving the car dead clean sober. And also, I have the whole time. It got a little bit of commentary around terms of service skirting. I tell you what, it was all a gag. YouTube is just a funny joke. Me, Tim, the performer, the comedian, making stuff up. The Twitter address is @happening_show. It's the same for the Instagram as well, which I now have the keys to again. It seems like they found it in their infinite kindness to unlock the account so I can actually use it again. Facebook.com/thisishappeningshow. And if you've got some stuff to throw me or some comments or whatever, the email address is thisishappeningshow@gmail.com. I should make some chirons up for those too, eh? But right now, we have got another part 3 of a recurring segment, and that is the very gorgeous and talented Chris Parker. Yes, I have this ready. With Banal chat that you have. It's all in the title, you see it.
Thought you might be familiar with the old barbershop, so... No, I mean, I did it at school, but didn't get to stay at school for very long. So you run around with a knife once, sort of screaming, and then they do eventually kick you out, so... Oh, long day. It's a long day. When will this day end? What is the time? Forgot my watch. Could be 8 p.m, could be midnight. So, yeah, no, you having a good work-life balance? Yeah. Things are busy on my end. I won't burden you with it, but got rid of the mother-in-law. So, well, didn't get rid of her as much as she kind of, she's gone, missing. So she went for a walk and just hasn't come back, but we haven't filed the missing report, person report yet. But Fiona's going to be onto that. So, me with paperwork, useless with paperwork. So, yeah, no, I don't know what happened to Di, but I am enjoying the break from, having the old mother-in-law. Oh, oi, tapping my shoulder, so she's gone. And, no, we're worried. We are worried. Yeah, no, everyone's worried at home, so everyone's, God, the neighbours coming over, they've got the lasagnas. Oh, this is for you guys. I hope Di kind of shows up soon. Knock, is there anything we can do? And I said, can you keep her away for a bit longer? I mean, yeah, just joking about that, but we are worried. Well, Fiona's worried. No, I'm worried too. And the kids are worried. They're going, where's Nan? Where's Nan? And I said, what about, where's me? Where am I? And they're like, you're here. Where's Di? Where's Nan? She's missing. I said, oh, we care about her now, do we? No, we do. We care about her, so... Sure. Yeah. I think, no, we'll give it a week, and then we will kind of turn up the notch a bit and begin to sort of panic. But I just say, guys, keep calm and keep sipping. You know, keep calm and you know, enjoy the mother-in-law free house. So Fiona is upset, but all power to her. It is her mum. Anyway, your mum around? Actually, no, it's personal. I'll leave that with you. And I will get back to the bloody boss's dogs, and didn't realise it was bring your dogs into work day. Almost dropped my mug. All right, well, I guess that's my cue to leave. But stay cool, stay working, and again, they've isolated me. I don't really see anyone at my end of the office. If you did want to come down and just be like, hey, how's it going? You don't have to sing it, but if you just want to even pop it, a message, whatever, I would love to see you.
Chris Parker provides Banal office chat for those working from home. A great segment, as everyone has pointed out in the comments. It's a fabulous segment, and maybe there will be more. And hey, I quite agree. Hashtag justice for Di. And very true. We should get old, what's her name? I've forgotten her name already. The psychic that James has got the feud with. Do you know how fucking maddening it is to hear your own voice a second after you've said everything? It's very off-putting. Hey, what I thought we would do now, let me say this about Chris Parker, because there'll be some people watching who haven't had the distinct pleasure and joy of meeting Chris Parker, but you may have seen him on the TV quite a bit, because he's a talented man. Let me say this about that guy. Fuck, he's nice. He's like, you know, there's some people in your life where you're like, I got to be more like that person, because I'm always stoked to see them. Chris Parker, definitely one of those for me. What I am going to do now, I think this is, speaking of public service announcements, going to be an important one for the commuters out there. We need to check the traffic cams for people coming home at the moment. If you're watching this live in your car, and I trust that you are, and you're in Auckland at the moment, it's just about 10 after 6. So let's have a look and see how the traffic's going. State Highway 1 southbound. Looking pretty clear. Pretty good. Yep. Don't think there'll be any troubles there. Seems to be pretty free-flowing at the moment. Now, for our Los Angeles watchers as well, you might be coming home. Might have been a long day at the office, because I think it's 10 after 10 p.m. there now. Also looks pretty easy flowing on Pacific Ave. Yep, no issues with the traffic there. And just in case anything's gone wrong in Auckland while we've skipped away, no, it looks pretty clear. You might not be able to tell, but that is, I can assure you, a live cam. So good news for commuters. It's wonderful stuff. There's the text set up, by the way, folks, if you can't see that. I can hear Zoe coming in. I had originally timed this out so that I could bang out the hour-and-a-half episode and then be done with enough time to make her dinner, because close followers of my life will know this. Zoe's a goddamn doctor, and I tell you what, our medical professionals out there at the moment, everyone working in health and medicine, goddamn, true heroes right now. They're always heroes, but especially at the moment. But I'm going to keep going, because she's fine. We've got a lot of food in the house. It's going to be okay. What I will do, though, is I've got a great game for you. Okay, this is from Henessey Griffiths. Henessey is this choice young woman from Dunedin, or she lives in Dunedin. I can't remember where she's from, but I did a live comedy show in Dunedin a couple of weeks ago, and I got to catch up. She's like an internet friend, you know. She reached out over Twitter. She was like, "Let's go over beer when you're down here." She's awesome. She wrote a thesis for, I think, her master's in Logan Paul, like about Logan Paul, that fuckwit YouTube dude who got in a big amount of trouble for like going out into the forest and filming a dead body. That idiot. She wrote a dissertation about him. Made the news. You can go check the article on Spin-Off about her. Henessey Griffiths is her name. So, I didn't panic shop, Chris. I've got an appropriate amount of food in the house. So what we've got now is Henessey has sent in a great new game. It's called Here Today, Gone Tomorrow. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome to the brand new game show, Here Today, Gone Tomorrow. I'm your host Henessey Griffiths, and each week I'm hiding a mystery object in my hair for you at home to guess what it is. So who knows what it could be? Is it a set of keys? Is it a vape? Who knows? Place your bets down below of what you think is stuck in my hair currently, and we'll see if you're a winner. And then I reckon some like really cool dance music right here will be cool. I'll do a dancing interlude. What could be in my hair? Hopefully it's not nits. So, you've all eagerly been awaiting what is stuck in my hair. So it's time for the big reveal. Drum roll, please. It is an aux cord. Who would have guessed? So congratulations. If you guessed an aux cord, then you are this week's winner. Be sure to tune in next time for Here Today, Gone Tomorrow with Henessey Griffiths.
You guys really got into that. I appreciate that. Good on you for playing the game. So that was Henessey. Oh, I'm saying because I was trying to buy time to do this, motherfuckers. Oh, that's good too, because it's like the empty chair represents the person that we've just seen do a thing. I had Rufus down here for the 40 minutes before, and he was such a good boy. He was just sitting right there, mainly because I had treats, because we had to put him on a diet. So he took him to the vet, and the vet said, your dog's too fat, and she got a little bit embarrassed, and now he's on a restricted diet, so he bloody loves treats, and he'll do anything for them. What have we got now? How's everyone doing, by the way? I'd just like to check in with y'all, if I may be so bold as to use that word. How's everyone going? Particularly, I know we've got mainly New Zealand watchers at this stage. How's day 2 of lockdown treating you? Are you making cool stuff? Are you putting your feet up? Heard a lot of chatter about the productivity trap that we all find ourselves in, that we've finally been allowed to take like a few days off, and everyone's like, oh, I got to catch up on everything. Fucking read a book. Download Animal Crossing if you've got a Switch. If you don't, try and borrow a Switch from someone, I guess. I don't know. But keen to see how you guys are doing and how you're passing the time. Hopefully by making stuff for this show, which you can send to thishishappeningshow@gmail.com or join us on facebook.com/ I think it's This Is Happening Show as well. I'm pretty sure that's right. We've got someone in the chat, Secret Beetle, saying, good, I'm in essential services, so I still have work, but I'm on previously booked time off. Weird feeling, lol. Mount Eden Countdown trip today, was pretty nervous about it, but mission accomplished. Yarden, how was it in there? What was the situation? I went to my local supermarket only to find that it was shut. And so they've kind of like just designated that one as dealing with deliveries only. So they've boarded up all the windows, just with newspaper, not like actual boardings. That would be very apocalyptic. And I had to walk all the way like another 1.5 kilometers down the road to go and get my groceries and then carry them all back. And I tell you what, there's some weird thing going on where they're like not able to do specials at the moment because they can't honor them because they're not getting enough stock coming in because people keep panic buying. Good God, is grocery shopping expensive during this time? Tim, why is there a sheet covering the couch? So glad you asked, Mark. We went out and bought this sheet because before we knew that we were going to a full lockdown in New Zealand, we sort of had various stages of it. There's a 4-stage system. We're at level 4 now. But before we weren't. We were at like level 2 originally. And so what that meant is you had to be real sensible. So I thought people could still come round. Guy Montgomery joined me in the first episode, which you will have seen. But before we started recording, sort of established a bunch of health and safety protocols to make sure that this was a kosher environment. So I made up a bottle of like bleach diluted water spray and would spray all the surfaces, before and after we'd done a show. had some hot soap. I don't know why I'm pointing. Over there's like a cleaning station. So I could wipe everything down. And the other surface that I would need to clean all the time is the couch for co-hosts coming in. So the idea was going to be that these get a hot soapy wash after each show, but because it's just me here, I don't need to do that anymore. Riveting piece of information for you, I'm sure. But hey, an answer's an answer. This show is pretty good to practice drawing while it's on. Yeah, man, that's the vibe I want. Master Mully, send me whatever you create. I think it's cool to have a little vibe of just having this on in the background while you're like cooking or doing some knitting. Or Chris, what's the thing you're doing now? It's not needlepoint. It's called something specific where you're basically just stabbing a bit of fabric until an animal sort of emerges out of it. It's goddamn impressive and looks highly addictive. Hi from Sydney. Great shirt, Tim. Thank you very much. I do like this shirt a lot. Here's the toilet paper hoarding cover-up story. I can assure you we have only an appropriate amount of toilet paper. Although it's quite weird now because I've got 2 flatmates in addition to my wife in this big, beautiful house of ours, but both of them buggered off to their boyfriends' places, which I quite understand. Now I just got a big old felting. Thank you, Lara. Felting is what that's called, the thing Chris is doing. I've got this big house now, and I feel guilty and weird about it. I feel very icky about having a big old house to myself. It's nice, but it doesn't seem right to me. So, we did a game in episode 2 from one of my favourite people, Simone Nathan, who is a TV writer, worked for Nickelodeon for a little bit. She's based in New York City. I'm pretty sure that's right. LA? No, New York. Yeah, we hung out in New York. She periodically comes and lives in Auckland. She's a Kiwi, but she lives in America and she goes back and forth quite a bit. She rules, and she has a game called What's That Sound that we saw last time. And now, without further ado, folks, it's time for round number 2 of Simone Nathan's What's That Sound?
What's that sound? What's that sound? Well, it's going round and round. What's that sound?
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of What's That Sound? I'm alone during the epidemic and each day experience the full spectrum of human emotion.
I'm alone in my house.
I have a few amazing sounds to introduce you to today, so I think we should just get started. What is it? It's this. It looks like a bowl of cereal, I'll give you that, but it's not. It's a lip balm. It smells fucking yum. The sound is a hairbrush. It is actually an afro comb, and I can only apologize for that. It is the only hairbrush that works for my hair texture. I don't know if you can hear that. My pipes have a very strange sound that they make. It's a huge problem. If anyone has any idea how to quieten pipes, I live at the corner of East 13th and Avenue A, so please come by. I would be absolutely thrilled to see anyone that I know or don't know. Again, I live at East 13th Street and Avenue A. Please just come by. You could even just wave to each other from outside the window. I would love to see a human. Isn't that unusual? It's got a button, but it's also got a material. What could it be? You'll never guess. This is a product that I bought to watch ASMR at night. This is humiliating. It has headphones built into a headband so that you can lie and listen to YouTube or podcasts in your bed without the clunk of a larger headphone. You push this button here, joins Bluetooth to your phone, and you're away. It looks horrible. It doesn't matter because I haven't seen another person in over 80 hours. It's a photo. What does it say? Deal with it, girls rule. The picture is a proud girl and another proud girl physically bullying a boy. It's contact lenses. I don't use these anymore because I had laser surgery on one eye. Ever since I was a child, it wandered in. It was lazy, for which I was forced to wear an eye patch as a child, and that is why I have a personality now. Vitamin C. Articles are saying this can help beat coronavirus, but actually the only thing that can help beat coronavirus is staying inside, staying safe, and staying sane. So don't go outside and take as many pills that you're going to pee out as you want, if it makes you feel better. One more item for you. It's my cat. She has a flat head and is my only friend. Thank you for joining me once again on What's That Sound? See you next time.
I forgot that we didn't make titles up yet for What's That Sound, but they deserve them. That is Simone Nathan. Oh, I should have had this up too. I can only put this on when I'm on screen. Maybe I didn't make them for Simone, which is bullshit. Yeah, I didn't. Go find her on Twitter, Simone Nathan, Samone Nathan, like it sounds. Some good participation in the game happening in the chat. All I hear is nails tapping. Someone guessing that every object she brings out is a hairbrush. You're going to be right at some point, for sure. And Alexidus has asked, can I do a segment called Doing, hosted by Tom Boot? I invite that, Alexidus. That is just the kind of next level thinking we are after on the show happening. And by next level, I mean you borrow from something else, you change it, you improve on it, I flick it out. It's a good time. We've got a little bit of chat. Oh, we've got our mention of the worst idea of all time. This seems like as good a time as any to do a bit of blatant self-promotion. So, Guy Montgomery, who you've seen co-host on the first 2 episodes, and I have been doing a podcast for like fucking, this is hard to say, 6 years now. Gross. A podcast for 6 years? Are you kidding me? Called The Worst Idea of All Time, which, Simone's here. Hey, Simone, put your Twitter or whatever you want people to follow in the comments, mate. This is your time to shine, and I've robbed you of that opportunity. The Worst Idea of All Time started in February 2014. Guy and I were working on something that got cancelled, and so we were like, we love working with each other, we want to make something else. What if we do a movie review podcast, but the twist is the movie never changes. So originally, we were going to watch Grown Ups 2 forever. The original premise was we were just going to watch it until we couldn't, but then we watched it 3 times, and we were like, we've got to put a lid on this thing to see some light at the end of the tunnel. So we did a year of that, of watching Grown Ups 2, which the sort of pinnacle of that was right at the end. We went to Los Angeles. We got flown out by this cinematic institution called Cinefamily, which doesn't exist anymore for probably good reasons. It got Me Too'd out of existence. But anyway, it was incredible. We went there. They hosted us, packed cinema, to watch Grown Ups 2 with all the podcast fans, and then we did like a show afterwards. And we also teamed up with this bunch of incredible improvisers called the Work Juice Players, who read a script that Guy and I wrote of Grown Ups 2 that we just wrote by memory. So it was fucking frantic and hyper chaotic. And some big names. I'm talking like Melanie Linsky was one of the people reading. Busy Phillips played Adam Sandler's character, and Guy and I got to read stage directions. There's like 12 of these incredible actors and comedians. And long story short, if you want to hear a recording of that, this is fucked up too. I've got to tell you more about this. If you go to worstideaofalltime.com, it's on the front page, because we put out a mini episode of the Worst Idea podcast today that Guy and I recorded, where I said, I'm going to drag that episode out so people don't have to dig for it, and put it on the front page of the website. And then when I found the episode, I was like, I should have a little listen just to refresh my memory on what's on here. And I shit you not, the first like 40 seconds of it is me praising the talent and career of Kevin Spacey. I don't know what to tell you except that it was 2015 or 16 at the time. It was before we knew this shit. I feel terrible. There's no way for me to edit it now. I'd have to pull it out of the stream. So enjoy me making a complete dick of myself. But then after that like 2-minute intro, you get a very good episode. Busy Phillips' Adam Sandler impression was absolutely on point, in my opinion. Strahan, we was blown away by how good she was. And also that she went fully into it. Because I think we talked to some other people as well, and they were like, I don't want to touch that. I don't want to anger the Sandman. He hires all of us. But I think, as we've seen from his, Spirit Awards speech, independent film Oscars equivalent, where he was collecting a prize for Uncut Gems, dude's got a sense of humour. About himself, I mean. We knew he had a sense of humour, but he's good and self-effacing. Right. Enough of that little story. What else have we got? Oh, this is cool. Okay. So really cool woman called Alice Soper, who I went to high school with, who like has had this incredible kind of behind the scenes political career that I won't get too much into. She's not a baddie, she's a goodie. But she just does really interesting shit. And one thing that she's super passionate about is rugby, huge on getting women's sport more coverage, more money, deservedly so. And she has been going fucking crazy in self-isolation in record time. So she has produced a segment for us called Mad Skills. This is Mad Skills with Alice Soper.
G'day and welcome to Mad Skills with Alice. We're in South ISO, but that doesn't mean the game train is coming to a halt in the station. We're going to keep it rolling, so let's get started.
For this mad skill, you're going to need something that is rugby ball shaped. I recommend finding something around your house, ideally the rugby ball that you stole from Nainai College when you were a coach there. Now you're going to need something that reminds you of your skinny ass teammates. Mad Skills recommends a common household broom. They say if you only have a hammer, you see nails everywhere, but you're a hooker, so line out to everywhere. Take, for example, your classic garden shed setup. All you need is your common household broom, a little bit of ingenuity, and away you go. Mad Skills! For something more advanced, you might want to try out the garden table setup, complete with common household mop and common household broom. Mad Skills! Get back to nature and use what is just in the environment around you. Mad Skills. Cannot stress enough what an essential piece of kit that common household broom really is.
Right, so that's been another episode of Mad Skills with Alice. Thanks for tuning in.
That is Alice Soper with Mad Skills, who you can see on Twitter. Yeah, boy, I've got it. Let me just... Oh, shit. I don't know if that worked. Damn it. No, hold on. Yeah, boy. There it is. There's her Twitter handle. So, look, a mad cap discussion has kicked off in the comment section of this live stream about who is worse. Tim Batt for backing Kevin Spacey, I cannot stress this enough, years before we knew all the bad shit that he did, or Guy Montgomery for having, at a minimum, an ambiguous position towards COVID-19. Now look, the whole idea of this show was to take people's mind off of the horrible stuff that's going on in the world, try and celebrate some art, but I need to say my piece. Guy's a worse person than me, and I think we can all agree on that. I was speaking out of ignorance. Once again, years before we knew all the bad shit. Guy Montgomery still steadfastly refuses to come out with a defiant position against COVID-19. He's mealy-mouthed, he's minced his words, and frankly, it's making me question my entire friendship with him. Some good positive comments for Alice there. These skills are mad. Damn right. The clue was in the title. If anyone wants to buy those wireless headphones, by the way, they only cost $20 on Amazon. This is Simone, by the way, from Guess That Sound. Search Win Only Direct. This is hashtag unpaid. I should hope so, Simone, because I think I've got to tick some other boxes if I've got advertiser content on this show. Speaking of which, and look, I'm kind of loath to do it after fucking up the live stream for 40 minutes at the front. But if you would like to support the show, because this takes quite a lot of time and not an insignificant amount of money to get all the equipment set up. If you are in a position to and you would like to help out, I've set up a Patreon for the show and we'll get some special supporters rewards going. If you want to join that, what is the address? Oh, crap, I don't have it on here. It's patreon.com/happeningshow. I'm pretty sure. I'll just try and go to the address right now and see if it works. www.patreon.com/happeningshow, and it takes us to a page that looks right. We've got 3 tier levels, $5 a month. Thank Phil. They're all Dr. Phil, by the way. You will see the photos if you go to the page. $10 a month is great, Phil, and $20 a month is power, Phil. So look, if you're in a position to chuck us a few coins every month, that will ensure the future success and sustainability of the show, because I want to keep it going, babies. Tim, you couldn't have known. Guy definitely knows better. Thank you, Secret Beetle. Exactly. What's better, Cats or Doolittle? For the uninitiated, Guy and I saw Cats once a day for a week, so 7 times, and we saw Doolittle 3 times all in one day. Now, I can tell you that Doolittle is a worse film, and here's why. You have a really high floor with a musical, if you know what I mean. Like, if you've pulled off a musical being a musical, it can only be so shit because it's at least going to be really interesting. And if Andrew Lloyd Webber has written it, super fucking catchy, like a real earworm. So the movie has rightly got a lot of heat for not having a plot. Don't worry, Melody Thomas is gutted that she missed Simone. It'll be online later on, so it's all groovy, baby. It's cool. It'll be up tomorrow. Musicals will always be interesting. They've got music. Doolittle just had a weird, confused tone, an ending that came out of nowhere, and Robert Downey Jr. doing the most confusing attempt at, I guess, a British accent that I've ever heard. I would love for a British person to see that movie and tell me the locality that Robert Downey Jr. was going for. But, weirdly, still made money. Quite a lot, as I understand. Terrible film, though. Really bad. Barnaby. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. He's just giving some instructions to Melody there, so you can go back in time and bring it back up. It's like a DVR, but real life. Woo! I've got a music video to play for you folks. Now, this is a band that I'm pretty sure Alexander Jones, a.k.a. AJ, who's a huge help behind the scenes on this show. There's a whole bunch of people who have helped put this thing together. AJ is one of them. I think this is his band. It's called Pickle Darling, and if I get this up while I prepare the music video, you can check them out on Bandcamp there. And this is a song and music video called Mouthful. So I hope you all enjoy.
I can't explain how I came to be such a failure. And then she said, I mean, what's your name? My bad, I must have misheard. Take me away, or I'll get me in yourself. Now please tell me, would you walk away if spoken you quotes from her? for now. Oh, let me stay, I want to stay. Oh, let me stay. I want to stay, I want to stay, I want to stay right here for now. Oh, let me stay, I want to stay, I want to stay right here for now.
That is Pickle Darling with Mouthful. Now this is a full bona fide MTV experience. I'm playing fucking music videos. Very dope. Boy, is my face red as well, because it would appear from the comments that, and also some very quick Googling, that Pickle Darling is not a band that AJ's in. It seems like it's one dude, I believe, who's, I think, AJ's flatmate, and also Pickle Darling, wildly popular. So get their shit off of Bandcamp. I'll bring that Chiron back up, eh? Yeah, blam, there it is. There's the URL. I am a little confused as to why all the like digital albums and stuff are quoted in euro, but I don't know. Maybe Pickle Darling has a tax avoidance scheme going on through the Caymans and they use euro? I don't know. That's my closest explanation I can think of. I want to share with you all a lovely picture that someone's emailed in the middle of the show. You'll love to see it. Man, this is some good work. What have we got here? Once again, everything I see is a bit little, so I've got to really lean in. We've got, I think they're called Psy, those two little trident. Oh, no, there's three. Oh, this is so sick. And then a big old sword on the other person. This is the email from Micah, or Micah. Hope you don't mind me reading this. I'm going to leave out your last name just in case you don't want this read. Hi, Micah. This is a silly little drawing I did of you and Guy having a martial duel. I plan to send a video as well, and the first part in a series in which I try a new hobby / artistic endeavor for every day of social distancing. However, video editing is hard, and I've never tried it before, so that video isn't ready. The picture is, though. Genuinely, I'm so grateful for happening and for your whole body of work. It has been and will be a light in these dark times. Love, Mika. I feel truly blessed to have received that gorgeous bit of art. That is sick. I'm going to bring it up again. It's so cool. And which one's me? I think, oh yeah, definitely Monty's the one who's holding 3 Psy, and I've got the, what kind of sword? Like a katana or something. So sick. I'm also always very jealous of people who can draw well, because I possess no visual artistic ability whatsoever. I reckon, and so I'm one of 4 kids, and literally all of those genes went to the eldest brother, David, who lives in London. He's a graphic designer, and he was doing sick shit when he was like 10. I remember there's this framed schematic he did of an old school mail plane, like an aeroplane that would deliver the mail around back in the days of the Spruce Moose and stuff. He drew it when he was like 9, and it's obscenely better than anything I could produce now. But that's okay. I got other talents, like eventually figuring out how to get a YouTube online stream happening. That's the name again, happening. If you haven't done so yet, please join us in all the things, all the bullshits, as they would say on last podcast on the left. Facebook.com/thisishappeningshow, Twitter.com/happening_show, that same one for Instagram, happening_show, and send us your art and your comments and everything to thisishappeningshow@gmail.com. Rose Matafeo is joining us in the chat. I love that. Oh, and she sent me a message, which I hope she doesn't mind me reading. 2 wines deep, loving the show. Feel free to give me a ring. Well, you offered, Rose. So let's get you on the phone. By which I mean Skype machine. Bear with me, folks. We're going off book. Now, how does this all... Oh, crud. I added Alice's account, but not yours, Rose. In fact, what I'll do is I'm pretty sure... Oh, hold up. Maybe I've got you here. Let me try and ring Rose. see how this goes. Deep cut telescopic sword, lol. I thought lightsaber. Yeah, they're good weapons. So I'm going to try and get Rose on the line. She didn't pick up just then. And in the meantime, what can we throw to? Oh, I might have already played this. I actually can't remember if it was part of the bit that I did not online or not. But hey, this is a segment so nice, I'm fine with playing it twice. This is Tomas Cottle with a little piece he has made called Hide and Seek. Enjoy!
Let's put the shirt on, okay? Here we go. Here, put this on. Put this on. There you go. And your arms. Arms. Yeah, just leave that. That's going to record video. Yep. Yeah, no, just don't touch though. Don't touch. Okay. Now, do you want to do some hide and seek? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go hide. And you have to find me, okay? Okay. Oh, you stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Okay, let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Yeah, don't touch this, okay? Don't touch. Okay, I'm gonna go hide. You found me!
That is very cute. Well done, Thomas. I mean, it's a good bit, and it's also just a bit of a flex on how fucking good you are within the graphics department. After Effects Master, the whole suite of Adobe products. We're joined now, special treat, by Rose Matafeo, who is in Auckland for a change. G'day, mate. We're live on the air on Happening. Yeah, man, you look great. What's this beautiful dress you got on? Oh, is it a what are they called? A jumpsuit? It's good, though. You know this. You know television. More light equals better. Except you'll be squinting. Okay, cool. So you just mentioned to me in the offline chat that you've had a couple of vinos. What's going on, man? Oh, wait, hold up. Lol, I did it again. Now people can hear you.
Can they hear me now?
Every time, yeah. Pretty sure.
Oh, God. I feel like I've got a real drunk aunt vibe energy today. But yeah, no, it's been a good day. Yeah,
tell me about it, mate. Run me through your day.
Formal Friday. So I got up, put on quite a lot of makeup, and put on a dress, and tried to just get through it. And it's been good so far. What have I done? We recorded a podcast, which was great. I went for a walk/run around the park.
Did you?
Yeah, I hated it. It's boring as fuck. Anyone who runs is boring. And you know who runs? Guy Montgomery. I don't want to call him out.
Yeah.
But what's up with running? Running is bullshit.
I ran for a bit, but I only ran for a goal because I wanted to do a half marathon for once in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just do one, just to see if I could do it. And so I ran to prepare for that. And that was in like November or something. And I've literally gone for one run since. And it was today.
Yeah. Yeah. The way you went for a run today.
Yeah. It was
why?
Just to
why would you do that to
yourself? I wanted to see the city while everything's like shut down. It was a little bit rubbernecky, but I was, you know, doing fitness stuff. It's just interesting because I've lived essentially in the same neighborhood for 10 years, so I'm very used to how it looks, and it doesn't look like that anymore. It's crazy.
I was talking to my dad this afternoon, and he lives kind of like over Bridge, so he can see the whole city. And he was like, "Rose, you heard of the special song Ghost Town?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's like that." So apparently it's like the special song Ghost Town out there. But shout out to my dad. My dad. So I'll share this actually. My dad is. I grew up Rastafarian, which is bizarre and a whole nother story. But my dad is basically, you really get on with him. He is a a conspiracy theorist for sure. He's the buzziest dude you'll ever meet. Incredible history. I know barely any of the history of his life. And he's been chatting about being on a Nazarite for the last 5 years. So a Nazarite download, by his definition, is no pubs. Yeah.
What was that term again? A Nazarite?
A Nazarite down low. I think it's, to the best of my knowledge, a phrase that he has coined, but it means, by his definition, no pubs, clubs, or socializing outside of family. And what's so funny is that I laughed at him for so many years about this, because basically he's just like a lone wolf guy. My main recollection of him is having cigarettes out the front of our house for probably 18 years. But he's been preparing for this his entire life. So we've found ourselves in a situation where we're all on a Nazarite down low. I was laughing at him for so long, and now he's the best prepared for this kind of weird period of isolation.
Might be the worst.
Bizarre.
Wow, there's a lot of very, very bad things about this, but the kind of lighter side of the bad stuff of this is that all of those fucking preppers are way ahead of us now, and those guys are killing it.
They're killing it. They knew. But yeah, I'm glad to know that you're well. I mean, sorry to just push the Skype on you. Does anyone have any questions they want answered or anything?
Well, I got something for you. But before we do, I've met your dad, I think, on 2 occasions, because did you have your 21st at our flat when we lived together for a little while?
No, but you were invited to my 21st. It was at the Avondale, the Balmoral Bowling Club. Do you remember that?
Was I there? Do you remember? I don't know if I was there or not.
And I made
don't
lots of chili and brownies and stuff.
Oh, yep, I was there. God damn, that chili was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved that.
It was
chili.
good. I made 10 kgs of chili.
You've got a good recipe too. I remember that. But yeah, I remember your dad. He came around to the flat a couple of times because he's quite a slight dude, right? Like he's not a big guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's the slightest
big
dude.
Brothers.
Yeah, no, I was actually talking about this today. I think it's more due to perhaps. I mean, I don't know, but perhaps an interesting upbringing and maybe perhaps malnourishment. He had TB when it was very late in the game to have TB. He's got a lung and a half. So fucking stay safe and stay inside.
I thought I was immune to TB for the longest time, like until about 2 years ago, because someone in my family told me that like I had a great grandma that got TB, recovered, and then had kids, and as a result, her immunity got passed down intergenerationally. And I told Zoe, I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm immune to TB," and she was like, "This not right at all. It's not a thing." Doesn't
I
work
like how
that.
the idea that your great grandmother was like alternate timeline Nicole Kidman in Moulin Rouge, who died of TB, obviously, famously, with a cough of blood.
Yeah.
On stage.
Super
but no, don't get TB.
No, I won't. I especially won't now that I know I'm not immune to it. So, Rose, a good thing that I think I could tap you a resource for while I've got you here and you're not doing anything, you have been on lots of TV shows as a guest. You've hosted a lot of TV back in the day from TVNZU. How do we lift this production?
I think you're doing really, really well so far. I think my knowledge in the ULive days, obviously you were a major component of ULive with Lou Review on U Late. And often, sometimes you got to come on ULive. Sometimes, didn't you, like, you kind of flirted with the kind of primetime slot?
Oh, yeah. I'd sift through. I was that guy at the radio station hanging around waiting for one of the announcers to be sick and go, "Oh, yeah, no, I actually know how to work the buttons."
Exactly. I learned how to do the TriCaster stuff as well. So I know the what you're dealing with. It's a lot of stress. You are going to fuck it up a lot, but that's
the
fine.
Cool thing is, I've created my own.
No one's watching.
This thing doesn't. You can't buy what I've got going on. I've like connected 3 computers, a couple of cameras, some audio shit, a video interface. Like this isn't one device. I'm proud of it. It's a Frankenstein.
I imagine you. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you for doing it. I imagine you as in The Wizard of Oz when the Toto pulls back the curtain and he's like, "Don't look at the man behind the curtain." That's you, just nervously pulling on levers.
I'm the Wizard of Oz. I'm absolutely the Wizard of Oz in the best possible way. Hey, I was wondering if you could
doing so well
weigh in. Thank you so much, Rose. It means a lot. I was wondering, it sounds like I was really disingenuous there, but I want to bring you to what's happening in the chat, which you've probably been following, in terms of who is a worse person, myself or Guy Montgomery. What I've done is accidentally stan Kevin Spacey on an episode of the podcast, which I have now publicized, which was recorded half a decade ago, I hasten to add, versus Guy Montgomery, who famously doesn't seem to be able to bring himself to come out and definitively tell us that he's against COVID-19. What do you think?
And I think it's I'm going to be honest, I find it disappointing. You know, I think I've known Guy for a long time, and the fact that he hasn't used his platform to kind of show that he is against something that we are all battling, I find it disappointing. And I thought that he was better than that. I think, you know, when you have a voice, you're supposed to use it. And I don't know, I thought you think you know friends, and then they kind of surprise you. So I would love to just say if Guy is watching.
It's important for us to remember that as a straight white man, Guy has an even bigger platform than some other people. So you would think that it'd be 100% even more incumbent on him to call things out when they're wrong.
Yeah. I mean, he's part of the straight white man network. I understand they have a phone tree in situations like this, and they do call each other and contact each other regularly. Amazing planning and stuff. I think maybe Guy is a Freemason. And so I think he's connected to that community as well. I've heard that. And so he's kind of utilizing that kind of to spread the word of like pro-COVID stuff. And I just think it's wrong. I think it's not only wrong to kind of not come out against it, but also actively encourage it and encourage its support. So I absolutely, you know, it's obvious that you are a better person than Guy Montgomery.
Well, I've got literally all
I'm just sorry
that
you have to be affiliated with someone like that at a time like this.
I understand, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate your support during this particularly difficult time for me specifically. So, kia ora, very much for that.
Also,
Rose, let's leave it there.
Yeah, okay. Love you all.
Did you listen to it? Because I literally did call out K-Pax as being a very good film.
God, no, I didn't listen to it, Tim. Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm so shocked. It's just coincidence. But I guess we both like that one Kevin Spacey film. Rose, thanks. Enjoy the rest of your wine, the rest of your evening. I'll see you in a future happening. Thanks for joining us.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Oh, she's truly a national treasure. I guess an international treasure now. We don't own her anymore. We've been broadcasting for 90 minutes properly, I think. I think that timer started counting down from when we actually did it, from when we actually went live, which means it's time to end the show. We're going to make these 90 minutes so that we can do them on a more regular basis, not burn through too much material, not give me laryngitis from talking too much. Thank you so much for everyone for joining us, particularly in the comments section. Follow us on all the Twitter and the Instagram, and send your art by whatever email you have. It should be Gmail at this point, though, guys. Come on, it's 2020. This is happeningshow@gmail.com, and we're going to go end the show with this really... I'm fucking into this, frankly. A person called Wendell got in touch with an email saying some friends and I went and got brained for a friend's bachelor party about a month ago. I got very bored and programmed some MIDI drums into the clips. There might be further iterations, but this is the first one. He has subsequently been forced to cancel the wedding as it was supposed to be in New York City next month. Let me know. If you want any context to weird inside joke nonsense that is repeated, worst idea of all time is the greatest of all time. From Wendell. So he's just made this, thank you very much for the kind words, Wendell, this music track, which is some samples of his mates. You'll hear it. We're ending the show with it now. And I fucking love this kind of stuff. It's a good tune. So enjoy this from Wendell and some of his mates. This has been Happening number 3. We'll catch you on the next one.
I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. Fucking pissed. I mean, playing fine, but like, you can't. So, you know, you do this. This thing is so stupid. Wow. drink tea right now. This is for like an hour or two.
For later, when I want some tea.
Yeah.
Before we go to bed.
We're thirsty.
Look, we're thirsty for tea. I will want tea later.
We can put this in the breakfast smoothies. Party town. Party town. Party town.
Are we gonna play music?
Alright, get a towel, bud.
Mouth berries.
Oh yeah.
Mouth berries.
Oh yeah.
Mouth berries.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mouth berries.
Oh yeah.
Mouth berries.
Oh yeah.
Mouth berries.
Oh yeah.
I heard the words.
Staple and Honda.
Brought to you by. Oh, wow. I mean, citrus is good. Drink orange juice. I mean, citrus is good. Drink orange juice. I mean, citrus is good.
Damn.
Drink orange juice.
Yes.
I mean, citrus is good.
Damn.
Drink orange juice.
Yes.
I mean, citrus is good.
Damn.
Drink orange juice.
Yes.
I mean, citrus is good.
So you guys are twins? Sounds cool.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.